Welcome to the Keep the Faith podcast. I am your host, Tori, and with me I have Miss Charlene McKnight of Forgiving Hearts nonprofit. And of course, you know how we always like to set the tone. I'm going to play a little bit of William Beckton and Friends. The title of the song is Be Encouraged. So whatever you're going through, always be encouraged.
Put those hands together all across the building tonight. Let the devil know that you're encouraged. Let him know that you're encouraged. Let him know. Hallelujah. I don't know about you tonight, but somebody may be crying, but I come to let you know that God I know right now it's impossible to see, but God is gonna work it out if you just believe. Remember this one thing while you're going through. If God delivered Daniel, guess what? He'll do the same for you. Hey. No matter what's going on. No matter what's going on. He'll make it all right. Said it in his word. Gotta stay strong. Be encouraged. No matter what's going on. No matter what's going on. He'll make it all right. That's what he said. That's what he said. Hold on. Trouble don't last always. These trials are just a test. Just a test of your faith. So stand strong and dry your weeping eyes. 'Cause joy comes in the morning, and everything is gonna be all right.
Absolutely. It's hard sometimes to turn off the inspirational songs, the music we sound that's so good. That's one of my favorites from back in the day, William Beckton and Friends, Be Encouraged. And of course, I have Miss Charlene McKnight with me today of Forgiving Hearts. There's a lot of things that's going on for the month of May, mental health awareness, teacher appreciation month, nurses, was it week or month?
Week. Nurses get a week, but many people, as they should, celebrate all months.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the meaning of your nonprofit, and also about some of the many things that are going on for the month of May.
Absolutely. So we are Forgiving Hearts for all the first-time watchers. Forgiving Hearts started because of my love for community service, but what makes it Forgiving Hearts is that it is in the memory of my two brothers who passed away, R.J. McKnight, who passed away from sickle cell disease, and John Paul McKnight, who passed away. He was hit by a car. So I wanted to do something in the memory of my two brothers. And as I was already on the path of thinking of a way to be able to give back in a different way, in a larger way, with a broader scope, it just made sense to combine these two together, the way of making their memory have a purpose, for other people, to serve other people. And then, of course, doing what I've always done, which was give back to the community through various organizations, and with the students, especially the students in Timminsville, where I founded a heart club. It was called the Whirlwinds Heart Club. And it was so fabulous that I wanted to include heart in the name. Again, my two brothers who passed away, I wanted it in their memory, and I'm a twin. So you have the four McKnight children, and I wanted to put it all together. So you have hearts, you have four kids. One thing that we have in common, my sister and I, and then of course my brothers when they were here, is that we were all givers. We gave in different ways, but we were all givers. And so, for giving hearts, that is how we came to be. Our logo colors are our birthstone colors. Again, we have four targets that we focus on: health, family, education, and community. So we love giving. We obviously love the number four. We are for giving hearts.
Absolutely. And you want to talk about the Nurses Week, Teachers Appreciation Week, in regards to
Yes,
donations. And also, of course, all month long, we are celebrating mental health awareness. That is so
absolutely.
important for us to protect our mental health.
Yes. And I know that when we come together, you and I, we hit on so many different topics, because there, like you said, there's just so much going on. But Mental Health Awareness Month is one that I feel we should always talk about, even if it isn't the month, because every day is a day to talk about mental health. Because for people who are dealing with mental health issues and have those struggles, it's a daily thing. And so we need people, to talk about it, so that when we can encourage those persons to get help, to continue to get help, and so that we can also do our part to support them as family members and friends. So it definitely is a cause that we definitely don't want to limit to a month, like so many of the other causes that we have. So one of the things that we're doing, as we have for the past 2 weeks, and I believe we have 2 more weeks of it, one way to get people to talk about mental health, to think about mental health, and to not think about it in a way where we feel as if there's nothing we can do about it, because there is something we can do about it. And it begins with eliminating the stigma and having conversations and doing your part, as I mentioned, to support those that you know, because we all know someone. You may not be aware of it, you may be aware, but you may not want to talk about it with a person. It may be you, it may be someone in your household, but we all know someone, and in many cases many people who are dealing with mental health issues. And so, what I always like to share with people, and I'll share a few statistics with you here, is that 1 in 5, and this is according to the National Alliance of Mental Illness, on mental illness, 1 in 5 U.S. adults experience mental illness each year. 1 in 5. I mean, imagine a line of adults standing up before you, and 1 in 5 having mental health issues. So we know that it is, as I said, very prominent, and it is an issue that we have to address, because in many cases, it can turn into negative outcomes. It can produce negative outcomes if not dealt with. And we don't want to always find ourselves on the other end of it saying, oh, I didn't know, I wish I knew, or whatever those words we tend to always hear, or when something negative happens. But we can do something. I shared a post earlier this month, and it was something along the lines, Tori, of someone says, and it could be many of us, hey, if you need something, or if something's going on or whatever, you need to talk, call me and let me know. And then on the other hand, it was the person calling or wanting to talk to let them know, and the response was, oh, stop talking crazy. Oh, you're fine. That's just, you'll get over it. You're just having a bad
Right.
day.
Right.
And so we have to, those are the things that we're talking about when we talk about having to do our part and not brush people off, because sometimes we do say, hey, call me if you need me, but then when people do call, we know we're busy, we all get that, but it's though when we have time, our response is, oh, you're fine. Oh, she just this. Oh, she just needs attention. Oh, she's just the only child. He's just this. He's just that. We come up with all these reasons to brush them off, and some is just really not intentional. I must say that, because these many people are really great people, and they really would do something differently had they had knowledge, they had known that something really was wrong. And I'm here to say, just like so many other advocates, just as so many other people struggling, well, I am telling you something is wrong. That
Right.
is the person's way. And so you have to, just as we all have to, we have to shift our perspective. We have to wear new lenses so that we open up our ears, so that when we see something, when we hear it, we can recognize it. We can identify it as, oh, this is the person saying something is wrong. It doesn't always have to be a fire blazing behind me for you to go, oh, something is wrong. But, we can respond to that. Hey, hold up, everybody come help. But someone saying, hey, can you talk to me for a second? I don't feel well. I don't understand why I'm thinking the way I'm thinking, whatever. Take the time. And if you aren't equipped to, it's okay, because we don't need to be equipped. Our job is, if we aren't, to listen,
Right.
acknowledge what the person is saying, and
Yes.
then help the person find someone who is qualified or who is capable, able to assist them. And then we can continue to support them in that journey through those efforts. And so I always like to talk about it, because we all have a role. We all can do our part. I say it all the time, and I continue to say it's important. I know some people say, well, that has nothing to do with me. That's not my business. Well, it is. It is our business. We don't have to pride, but if someone is, saying something 9 times out of 10, that means they know you. That means they care about you, or they feel you care about them. And so we can just do our part, and at least be equipped with enough tools so that we can respond appropriately, and then move from there. So 1 in 5 U.S. adults experience mental illness each year. 1 in 20 adults experience serious mental illness each year. 1 in 6 U.S. youth aged 6 through 17 experience a mental health disorder each year. And about 50%, 50%, y'all, of all lifetime mental illness begins by the age of 14. And another 75% by the age of 24. So we see that this develops really early in life. And again, we label it other things. That child's too young to have problems, or sometimes if the child has knowingly gone through a lot of traumatic things, we might be able to easily identify those things. But just because someone doesn't have that same story, or hasn't gone through something that we deem to be traumatic enough, or traumatic at all, doesn't mean that the person cannot, be experiencing some mental illness. And the thing is this: we're not with our children
Mm-hmm.
all the time. We're
Yeah.
not with people all the time. So we don't know
Mm-hmm.
what they're going through when we're not present. So just
Absolutely.
because you can't call it, just because you can't see it and speak about it, doesn't mean that the person is going through something or feeling something where he or she may need some support. So those are just some of the facts that I wanted to share, some statistics, and that is why every week this month we've had this 7-word challenge. It's called our 7-word story promoting mental health challenge. And what it does is, we picked 7 because there's 7 days in a week, and we're saying mental health is an issue, something we should be talking about, dealing with, supporting people with 7 days a week. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
every day. So with those 7 words each week, we challenge people to submit a 7-word story. And each week we give one word that is required to be included in the story. Week 1, the word was children. This past week, as that week ended yesterday, the word was counseling. And again, the challenge is to just do that. Include that word in a 7-word story. And so since I'm speaking about that, I want to say that week 2, again, ended yesterday. And our winner for week 2 is Miss Dozier. Tammy Dozier is our winner for week 2. So thank
Congratulations.
you, Tammy, for submitting. You have been selected as week 2's winner. Week 1, Amina was our winner, but yesterday wrapped up week 2, and Tammy's submission reads as this: strengthen yourself, counseling for mind and body.
Wow, that's
Again,
good.
yes, strengthen yourself, counseling for mind and body. 7 words. but very powerful words. So again, Tammy, Ms. Dozier, we thank you so much. And the prize every week for the winner is $25. It's being sent via either PayPal or Cash App. So I
That's
want you all, yeah, pay attention. You all will be posting the word that must be included for the upcoming week, next week, this weekend. So we want to encourage you and also our past winners to continue to participate,
yes.
submit those, and hopefully your submission will get picked. So that is our 7-word story mental health awareness month challenge. So thank you all who've been submitting. You all are awesome.
And before you go on to the
Yes, go
talk about the
ahead.
fundraiser, I was just going to piggyback when you were talking about the children. When it comes to mental health awareness, parents pay attention to your children. Just want to
Mm-hmm.
briefly share a testimony of mine. Sometimes we have to pay attention when our children are become silent or they shut down,
Mm.
because there was an incident where my son shut down. I asked him several times, "What's wrong?"
Mm-hmm.
As it turned out, he was being bullied. So parents,
Yeah.
pay attention to your children. And my
Mm-hmm.
child is one of the ones that don't like to complain, don't like
Right.
to get anyone in trouble, but you pay attention to if their emotions, if they act different, something's wrong. And I
You
know
have
I'm one of
to.
those parents that, yo, I'm going to ask you like 10 times until you tell me to, till
Mm-hmm.
I pull it out. But as it turned out, he was actually being bullied. So parents, please pay attention to your children because their behavior will change. I just want to make that
Yes.
point.
And
It's
that's
so
good.
important. Yeah, it's so important.
It is so important, and I tell people that all the time. Sometimes we think, oh, toughen up, what I tell you to
Right,
do if so and so did
right.
this or that. I don't want to hear about it because I already told you what to do. And this is the thing. I know many times we do what we were taught, or what our parents, those strategies and things they used with us, and those probably were really fabulous for many of us. Okay, made us the strong people, that we are in many cases. So I completely understand that. But as you said, know your child,
Yeah,
and pay attention to your child, because every child is different. The times are different, and the child may really want to, not bother you, or, maybe you're already going through a lot trying to figure out how to pay the bills or whatever the case may be. So these kids are aware of all of those things. And sometimes it's just that they just don't want to add to it. So I'm
right.
just going to tell mama I'm good, and tell daddy I'm good, and tell grandma I'm good when they may not be. So I appreciate that. And that's what we should do. We need to make sure, ask again if you know something is wrong, because as you said, things do change. Something is
Yeah,
going to change. Pay attention to it. Again, we're all busy, but don't be too busy to save your life, someone in your family lives, because it could be just all that it takes is to just notice and say a word, or check in, or go to the school and, hey, this and this and that, switch of a class. It could take something, in many cases, as simple as that. So definitely. And when you said that, I said, well, let me share our week 1's winner, because you were talking about focusing on the children. And so
hmm,
week 1, as I mentioned, the word that needed to be included was children. And so after it voted, it was a close call for week 1 too. I had to repost the poll and get a revote. But the winner, Amina's submission reads: "Focus on children who struggle to focus."
wow.
Yeah, that was her submission. Focus on children who struggle to focus. And that's definitely a sign, if the child is usually, on point, this and that, and as you said, something begins to change, oh, you might want to focus a little bit on that child to figure out what's going on. So that was our week 1's submission. So again, we're going to continue to speak about and post about Mental Health Awareness Month and all its facets. We post a little bit about suicide and some statistics on people who tend by race to get help more. And so we want to elevate those. We want those numbers to go up. We want everybody, okay? Just people, humans. Although it
Right.
does help to see that, it really does, because it helps you figure out who you need to really be focusing on. As we want to focus on children, we also want to focus on those who need that extra attention as well.
Right.
But we will continue to post those throughout the month. So Mental Health Awareness Month, that's what we have going on. As you mentioned, we are also recognizing our teachers this month. And so one of the things we started primarily because of the pandemic, and we didn't want to leave our teachers out last year. We started picking teachers items off of their wish list, their Amazon wish list, and that was just so awesome, right? We're able to give back to them. They don't have to come together. They don't have to travel anywhere. So because that worked so well, and they were so appreciative of it, we did the same this year. We asked teachers. We had our teacher appreciation with lots of love pop up, Amazon wish list, drop those links in. And what it was, we gave them a time frame, Tori. So for 3 days during Teacher Appreciation Week, although the whole month is Teacher Appreciation Month, we picked 3 days. And you didn't know the time, but they knew it was going to be after 3:30 when most of us, as I'm a teacher myself, when most of us are off, right? And you can actually pay attention to social media. We don't want people paying attention to social media while you're working, right?
Right.
So we gave them an hour each day, and everyone could submit those teacher wish list links. Now the goal was to pick everyone, and we did about that. 99% of the teachers were selected, and we picked the item. If they weren't selected, it wasn't an issue of we just didn't want to select you. It could have been an issue with your settings. It could have been an issue with your items, whatever the case may be, and maybe they just didn't see the email to get whatever back to us. But 99% of the submissions were accepted. Items were purchased off those teachers' lists. I believe we purchased approximately 50 gifts that have gone out, are going out. And some of the teachers are submitting pictures to us to let us see that they have their items and just are so appreciative of it. So Miss Blue and I believe Miss Davis submitted some pictures as well today. We want to thank you all, you and everyone else, and we want you to have an amazing end of the school year, and we hope that testing season wraps up and you get to walk into summer and just take some time to care for your mental health.
Right. Absolutely.
We know it has been a stressful type of year, so just know the time is right around the corner for you all to just kind of exhale. So again, thank you, teachers. We appreciate you. We'll continue to shout out teachers. If you have a teacher you want to shout out, please, because oftentimes teachers don't realize until much later in life, sometimes not at all, that they've made an impact on a particular person. And it's good to see a face and a name and know how that teacher has impacted and changed your life. So send us your shout outs. The very same for the nurses. Nurses have like a week, and I support those who want to shout them out and support and show them love all month long, because they deserve it just as well. If you, as we said on Nurses Day, if you know a nurse, send us the nurse's name and an email address. We want to put them in our little raffle, and Crafty Bug has agreed to send masks that will be personalized for that nurse, and the mask will be sent out. So if you know a nurse, please DM us, send us an email at forgivenhearts@gmail.com, and I'll repeat that many times throughout this session here, this podcast live, and also at the end, because Tori's going to make sure I get it all out there, right? And so please give the nurses a shout out, because even though I know it's been so hard on all of us, we have to acknowledge that life has definitely been very different for our frontliners as well. So our nurses, as many people say, are the heartbeat of healthcare. So shout out to all of our nurses. Send us those names and emails, because we want to make sure we get their information and their preference of what they would like on their mask. We want it to be as awesome as they want it to be. So thank you also to Crafty Bug for being willing to do that as well. So again, that's Nurses Appreciation Week. And again, we're going to continue it throughout the month. Just get them to us, and we'll put the names in our basket, as we like to say.
And look at the comment on the screen.
Let's see. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. That's what's up. And so, Tori, we have our With Loads of Love from FGH coming up, our monthly initiative. It is going to be on the 22nd. I want to again give biggest shout out to Wilson High School National Honor Society, because not only did they partner with us, they hit the streets with us last month in April. They also gave us additional items to use for May. So shout outs to that amazing group of young people. So they have definitely helped us get a great start. But if you would like to donate more items, again, just a trip to the Dollar Tree, just one trip. You can pick up a few items because we know you're
Right.
going. You're going. I'm going. You might be going this weekend, okay? Many of us are probably waiting on payday. Go to the dollar store, okay? Pick up a few items. And we just need those little small individual size. That I believe it's the 10-ounce.
Mhm.
Yep, the 10 fluid ounce of the Tide of the Gain. And they also have like the Bounce and the Gain 15 count dryer sheets. Just go ahead and do that. Y'all got that, and even if you can't pick up what you think is a amount that is suitable, hey, if it's just one, it helps because that's a load that can be washed, okay?
Right.
With that
Absolutely.
one, okay?
Yeah.
Because I know they like to say it's enough for so and so amount of loads, but we all tend to probably be kind of heavy handed
Yeah.
when it comes to washing clothes and the amount of liquid. But this is the thing, for someone who is struggling, someone who can use that,
Mhm.
that means all of the difference, all of the world. And even for people who can, just that act of kindness does so much. It can just add to someone's day, and then they can go on and spread such positivity and love that it may reach someone who absolutely needed it on a deeper level, on a more dire level. So please go to our Facebook, social media, all of that. You will see more details. Send us an email, DM us if you want more details of how you can help or partner with us. That is an open partnership. Every month, we welcome you to join us. So again, that is on the 22nd, May the 22nd, with loads of love from FGH. All right, so that's what we have going on the 22nd. I don't want to forget to mention that it is Military Appreciation Month, and we want to give a shout out to all our military members of the military. Send us those shout outs. And what we're going to do with those is, as those shout outs come in, we're going to select a military member or family, and we're going to provide them with dinner. And we're just going to send them the funds, and they can go treat themselves, okay? Because we all know how we are. It's great when you pick the place for me, but if you let me pick the place myself, that's even better, okay? But I'm grateful
Right.
either way, but it's just even better. Just take the
Right.
guesswork out of it and let them do it. So if you know someone, while you're sending us that nurse's name, while you're sending us that teacher's name, send us that military member's name, send us that family's contact, and we will reach out to them. So send those information so we can make a selection and make their day. We can't give to everyone. We wish we could, but we want to do our part with those
Mhm.
that we know and show them some love. So please submit those names. Again, Armed Forces Day. Again, it's the whole month, but Armed Forces Day is on the 15th. And so we want to show some love. Send those as soon as possible. I don't care if you know me. I tell people all the time. Sometimes people don't do it because they're like, but I know you. Listen, I'm fair. Like even with the voting for the stories, I don't vote. I submit the poll in the group. I let the board members and everyone vote, but I
Yeah.
stay out of it.
Yeah.
I'm very, very fair. So don't let that stop you, because sometimes people say, "Well, I was going to do it, but I know you and I." No, 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 no. FGH is supposed to help everyone. We don't discriminate. If you make middle class money, whatever we want to say, if you're lower class money, poverty, nope, nope, nope. We want to help everyone. So please don't take yourself out of the running or someone you know out of the running. Go ahead and submit those names today. And last but definitely not least, we're going to really, really go into high gear for this within the next couple of weeks. But we've always participated in Red Nose Day. And I loved before COVID when we could go to Walgreens and go
Yeah.
buy the red nose,
Yeah.
and take our pictures, and be
Right.
silly and just have fun with as we're promoting such a serious cause, but I think that's why it works so well. It's such a heavy cause and there's a lot going on. So when you can find a way to bring people together to spread awareness about a cause and raise money in a more light way for a heavy cause, it's pretty awesome. And that's what Red Nose Day does. We're going to celebrate. We're going to watch the show live on the 27th. But right now, you don't even have to wait until the 27th. You can go ahead to our page. We have our fundraiser page already up. The funds will go directly to Red Nose Day. And this is the amazing thing, Tori. When people donate, you're going to be helping local food banks that help us, okay, that serve so many, like Harvest Hope Food Bank and like the Low Country Food Bank. So the money, some people think, oh, that's headquartered in here, that has nothing to do with me. But they don't keep all the money. They distribute the money because all these organizations have partners so that they can reach all the people that they can reach. So give whatever you can to that fundraiser. Again, it's up and it's running. We're definitely pushing it all day on the 27th, and that's usually when most people go to give. So don't worry, Red Nose Day is coming right around the corner. When you donate, you do get your virtual red nose. So that's still cool, y'all. We can still take our pictures with our red nose. And if you're like me, I still have all my noses from the past. So I'm cool with the digital red nose, but I'm still getting my red nose with the little face and the dots because I was like one of those people trying to collect all of them, Tori.
Wow.
Everyone had a different face. They all had a different face. And I wanted all of them. So if you're like me and you have all your red noses from the past, you can put that up there too and take pictures. But definitely, please, you all, please donate because we want to end childhood hunger. And a lot of the money is also used to help provide medical assistance and aid as well. But hunger, we want to end it. There's no reason why people should be hungry. You know, definitely not in America, nowhere. But definitely not in America when we have all these resources and at our fingertips, literally. Why are we allowing people to go hungry? Not just children, but people. But this initiative specifically focused on children. So it is a great way for you to assist to end childhood hunger. And both of those food banks do a lot to feed families, feed communities. So please donate whatever you can. So that's what we have going on, Tori, for everyone this month. You know, we are working. We've always done our Care for Caregivers event, and we are working for that. And if the pieces come together, if the puzzle comes together as lovely as I want it to, y'all, we'll have that event and we'll get that information out. We're aiming for May, but because so much is going on in May, it's so tight for everyone, but we're still aiming for May. June and July, we kind of take our break, our vacation. And we use part of the time to begin to prep for our back to school giveaways. We do giveaways here in Florence County, but we also go to Georgetown and we do a big festive time. We throw out food and we have games and all of that in addition to our giveaway. So it's a good back to school bash. So we use that time over the summer to focus primarily on those things. So we're going to end strong with May. Hopefully, again, we'll get that other event on the calendar. But if you're following FGH, you won't miss it. You won't miss it. And if we do, I know Tori will have us back and we'll get to talk about it then in more details.
Absolutely. And of course, like I always ask before we end the broadcast, give out all of your social media handles, email, contact phone number in case anyone wants to reach out to you in regards to donating or either want to volunteer for so they can get in contact with you.
Yes. If you would like to contact us, please follow us on all of our social media pages. We are Forgiven Hearts. You type that in, you're going to find us. Just make sure you spell FOUR, for the number 4, spell it out. Forgiving Hearts. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. So please find us and you can contact us there. Support us, share. Because even if you can't support in a financial way, if you hit that share button, it's going to reach so many people who can also share, but then some will also be able to support financially. And so that's why your shares are just as important as the money that people may be able to donate. We also want you to follow us, call us if you need to, 864-381-8430. Again, 864-381-8430. You may text us at that number as well. Our website, www.forgivenhearts.org. Forgivenhearts.org. And if you would like to email us, guess what? It's forgivenhearts@gmail.com.
You said repeat the number. I was trying to type in the number. What was the number again? 864.
Sure. 381.
Okay.
8430.
8430.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You got it.
Is that right?
That's it.
Okay.
Yes, that is it. Yes. And email again, forgivenhearts@gmail.com. Forgivenhearts@gmail.com. And again, the website, forgivenhearts.org. All right. Forgivenhearts@gmail.com. Forgivenhearts.org. All right. Okay. So you type in that Forgiven Hearts, you're going to find us. Okay. Left and right, up and down. You may not even realize that we're going to come and surround you the way we are. But we try to make ourselves accessible to all people and not just people on social media, because because so many people are not on social media. And so we can tell them, go to our website. We can tell you, go to our YouTube page. And they're like, oh, yeah, I can do that. So Absolutely. Please use any one of those outlets and you'll be able to contact us. If you want to donate, though, go directly to forgivenhearts.org. You can sign up to make a monthly contribution if you would like to, or just donate when you can, as you can. Forgivenhearts.org.
Okay, I'm typing that in now. Forgivinghearts.org.
Yes.
Okay. .org. Let's see. You correct me if I'm wrong now.
Okay.
Is this right?
That is it. Forgivinghearts.org. Yes, that's the website, you all. And you go there if you would like to learn more or if you would like to donate. We appreciate all support. If you would like to volunteer, please reach out to us. We do have lots of volunteer opportunity. Now, for the monthly with Loads of Love from FGH, you can just contact us and you can meet up with us and we can just work that out. But if you would like to volunteer with us on a more deeper, intimate level where we're actually, especially when things hopefully get back to normal, we're actually moving within different businesses and nursing homes and things of that nature, make sure you reach out to us and fill out an application. But of course, with Loads of Love from FGH is in a more open format. We're just walking into laundromats and in and out. So you don't have to do an application for that. You can just reach out to us and we can organize that easily. But if you know that you want to consistently be a part of FGH, consistently serve under FGH, complete that application and we'll get it started.
Okay, sounds good. And of course, I'll be having you back. I got to check the count. Matter of fact, I didn't write it down. I should have wrote it down, but you'll be back Monday next week. I want to say it's the 20th.
Yes. And I'm hoping that by that time we'll have that other event wrapped up and we'll be able to talk a little bit about that. So we'll be back on the 20th.
The 20th. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be back on the 20th, everybody. So hopefully by the 20th, we'll get more information. We're going to try to tag team to do 2 events in one. So we're crossing our fingers. When I say we want to end strong, we want to end strong.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching. And of course, it's always a pleasure to have you, Charlene. Charlene McKnight of Forgiving Hearts. Like I said, she's part of the family. She's part of Keep the Faith Podcast. And also, you guys, if you would like to be a guest on the Keep the Faith Podcast, you can email me at faithisnecessary@gmail.com. Or you can text or call 843-920-8124. That's 843-920-8124. You can text or call that number. You can leave a message and get in contact with me. Of course, my purpose is to keep you inspired, uplifted, and encouraged. That's the hence why I call it Keep the Faith, because so many times we go through things in life that makes it shakes our faith. We lose our faith, and we got to come back to our faith. It's our faith that gets us through. We got to walk by faith daily.
Definitely.
And not to say it's easy. Sometimes there's some struggles, but
Right.
we gotta do what we gotta do to keep the faith. Now, Charlene, how do you pronounce your twins' name?
I see her popping up, Chanella.
Chanella. Hey, I didn't want to butcher your name.
You're fine.
Hey, Chanella, I need you on the podcast sometime so y'all can sing together. Thank you, J Love.
Thank you, Alfred. Yes.
Thank you for always.
I call it Alfred.
Right. You call it Alfred, and I call it J Love.
Yeah.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you all for watching. If you missed the beginning, you can hit the replay, share the post, share the information. That's what it's all about. Sharing.
Yes.
Sharing is caring. So make sure you share the information. Thank you guys once again for watching. And always remember, like I always say, no matter what you're going through, always keep the faith. And even if you get discouraged, still keep the faith. Even though sometimes, like I said, all the time you may bend, but you're not going to break.
That's
God
right.
got you. God got you. All right, y'all. We out. Take care. Bye.